All right, welcome back to the show. Earlier, I was discussing what's happening with interest rates, the difference between short-term rates and long-term rates. All this pertains to what's happening in our housing market. Rates are really important. Joining us in studio, Jesse Salas with Harcourts. First time having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on, man.
This is great. Great to be here.
So I'm not going to grind you about interest rates because you didn't bring your crystal ball and I didn't either, but they've creeped up a little bit, right?
They have post-election.
At some point.
Yeah, I think we thought that might happen, right?
So we'll see how the market reacts. It's really too soon. Of course, the media acts like it's doomsday. Give us a recap. So it's 2016. We're approaching the holiday season. What's happening? What's happening right now, and how would you recap the year?
I think 2016 for San Diego was great. I mean, it was a great year for sellers, of course. We're arguably in a seller's market. But for buyers, it's been great as well. It's been the perfect storm.
Why do you believe we're in a seller's market?
Well, because of the inventory right now. I mean, everybody wants to live here in San Diego. It's tough to find somebody born and raised here in San Diego. I know you, myself. We get here and we don't want to leave. So we all want to have that San Diego lifestyle. We all want to live here. Unfortunately, there's just not enough homes for all of us. So the lack of inventory just creates that demand. And of course, you see a seller's market.
I wonder if the rising rates will lower the demand. You know what I mean? It's still historically low rates. I think they're like, what, in the fours? I mean, you're not in mortgage, but I'm sure you see fours or so.
Absolutely.
You got to wonder if that will spook the market, what will continue to happen. What about 2017? What do you think we're going to see going into next year?
I think we'll continue to see the same trend. At least we're hoping in the real estate industry.
It's not just real estate industry. Everybody wants the market to go up.
Of course.
Right? But you genuinely believe that it will?
I do. There's 7, 8 areas across the country that people want to move to. Again, San Diego is one of them. So that's not changing anytime soon.
Yep.
And we've seen over the past 10, 15 years, even when rates are much higher, people still want to live in San Diego. So we're in a nice little bbubble here that I don't think is going to change too much.
Careful with the term bubble. Right?
That's true, very true.
I don't think we're in a bubble, but I know what you mean. We're obviously in, there's a reason it's called America's finest city.
Absolutely.
And there's also limited growth space. So I think that, this demand of baby boomers and people moving here, second homes, I think we should be all right. Interest rates are a really important topic on this one. That's why we'll keep having you guys in here to learn more on it. The market versus marketing. You guys have some unique marketing strategies when you do take a home to market. There's something kind of new, this auction thing, which you know a lot more about it than I do. Help me better understand how this whole thing works.
Absolutely. So I'm very lucky to work with Harcourts Real Estate. Harcourts is the 8th largest real estate brokerage across the world. And one of the unique marketing platforms that they have is the auction platform. Mm-hmm. It's been working for years. In fact, it's based out of Australia, Harcourts, and about 70% of their sales are through auction. Now, in the United States...
Because in Australia?
In Australia, correct.
So this is a methodology that they've used in other parts of the world very successfully,
yes.
And now they're bringing it to the U.S.
About 2.5 years ago, it was brought here to the United States, specifically Southern California, and it's just been working wonders for us.
When people hear auction, I think they think of foreclosure.
Yes,
right?
Correct.
So this is different.
They automatically think distressed, and
yes.
We're trying to change the mind of the public, and we are. To give you some numbers, because I think although we're offering something genuinely different, it's important to know that that's working. So over the past 12 months in Southern California, we've had about 580 homes go to auction, which is great.
It's okay.
Now, out of that 580, 90% of them have sold. They meet the expectation.
Now,
of
these
that
are
seller.
580 that weren't necessarily foreclosures. So this is a strategy?
This is a non-distressed platform.
Okay, so homes 580
have
homes have used this strategy to sell the home. Okay, keep going.
So we've had a 90% success rate, and that's a great number, and it may not mean much to most, but if you look at the stats across San Diego, across the board, you have a 50-50 chance of selling your home a traditional way. So putting that up against our 90% success rate, it's been working wonders.
So what, it just creates a flurry of demand?
It does.
Or maybe a deadline of some sort?
It does a little bit of both,
yeah.
Right? So what happens is, and we can think of it this way, we have a 30-day generally lead up from the date that we list the property to the actual live event, the auction itself. And we can think of that perfect time of year to think about it, Christmas. From the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, if you will,
yep.
to Christmas. The closer you get to that Christmas date, the scarier it is to go anywhere near a shopping mall. Kind of the same thing here, the same concept. The closer it gets to auction day, the scarier it is. And we see buyers want to come out and maybe don't necessarily want to get to that point where we're having to bid against other qualified buyers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, a lot of the other parts of the market can kind of work in this way. It's interesting to hear it applied to real estate, and I've heard only good things about it. So I want people to reach out. If you want more information on this, if you are a homeowner and you're curious what that would look like if you auctioned your home, could you get a higher price? Visit us online. I'd be happy to connect you with Jesse. Go to craigsewing.com, hit the contact form. And I'm sure you have some literature we can get to people.
Definitely.
Really, really interesting, man. But I appreciate having you on the show, giving us an update on the market, and learning a little bit about the strategy that Harcourts has with the auction. We'll have you on again soon enough.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man.